Senate Bill 974 by Senator Hurtado, an act relating to environmental quality.
Senator Hurtado.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise to present SB 974. As many of you know, many small rural communities in my district and beyond have experienced dry water wells during California's historic drought and in non-drought years. In a time when washing your hands is important, many small disadvantaged communities don't have access to clean water. For these communities, undertaking water quality projects such as following CEQA guidelines are time and cost prohibitive. Last year, for example, the city of Arvin celebrated the ribbon cutting for construction of a water project, a project that took 15 years to get to. 15 years to get safe drinking water for that community. The construction itself was only took, or is taking, should not take longer than a year. That's typically the case for construction water projects. SB 974 creates a narrow statutory CEQA exemption for water projects in these areas, especially for our school children. This bill helps reduce cost and expedite safe drinking water projects. This bill strikes a balance between achieving equitable access to water while also preserving the environment, wildlife species, and provides good paying jobs. This bill was amended that added language regarding labor requirements a project must meet to be eligible for bill's CEQA exemption for water infrastructure projects. SB 974 has bipartisan support and received no votes in committee. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Hurtado. Discussion and debate. Senator Borges.
Madam President, question for the author, if she'll accept.
Senator Hurtado, will you accept a question?
Yes.
Please proceed.
The CEQA exemption here, which I've always liked,
Yeah.
CEQA exemptions, I think they're helpful, especially when you're dealing with disadvantaged communities and water. Is it only for state entities, or should be state-sponsored projects that a CEQA exemption is allowed? But what if it were a private contracted entity? Would they be allowed to get the CEQA exemption for the water construction projects?
So the CEQA exemption is only for the public projects.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Borges. Senator Grove.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you, Madam President. Is it there?
Sorry, hang with us for a sec.
Thank you, Madam President. There we go. Thank you, Madam President. Question of the author.
Senator Hurtado, will you take a question?
Yes.
Please proceed.
On, it looks like June 18th, you took an amendment that included prevailing wage and hiring most union labor for this bill. Can you tell me why you did that if the position on your bill is that it's a cost-saving bill and will save money and allow local municipalities to provide safe drinking water?
Senator Hurtado.
Yes, so both union and non-union contractors that meet the requirements can work with grant recipients to accomplish these projects. So California has state-approved programs throughout the state, and some are jointly operated by unions and their employers, some that are non-union, of course. So these provisions just simply state that the graduates of these programs, which means a worker is skilled and trained, shall build these projects. Does that answer your question?
It does, and I thank you for the answer. I can tell you that one of the cities that is really struggling with clean drinking water in the good senator's district is Arvin, California, and they have a huge deficit. And for this municipality to cover the cost of triple of the cost of what labor would cost in a community of Arvin on wages that are set in San Francisco. Now, the difference in Arvin versus San Francisco is in Arvin, you could probably get a 3,000 square foot house for roughly probably $500 to $700 a month. In San Francisco, where these prevailing wages are set, a 3,000 square foot house, I'd have to rely on my colleague from San Francisco, but I can pretty much guarantee it's not going to be $700 a month. So I just think that setting prevailing wages for these small rural communities where the cost of living is significantly less than where the wages are set in San Francisco doesn't do anything for our municipalities, our cities, that have a struggling budget, a reduction in a workforce because of COVID, and the cost of doing business, and to set the wages for these projects in San Francisco and require those wages to be paid in these small communities that do not have the cost of living like these major metropolises where the wages are set is just unacceptable and a complete waste of taxpayer dollars. If a standard wage or a wage that was equitable, that was set based on the community and the region to where the cost of living was, which would be a really good wage, then those water project funds could go further and maybe help Arvin, Lamont, Wasco, Shafter, all those communities that have a lower cost of living to be able to live in the state of California, and I request a no vote.
Thank you, Senator Grove. Senator McGuire.
Thank you so much, Madam President. So first and foremost, I just want to compliment Senator Hurtado on her work on this bill. So number one, there has not been a bigger champion for family-sustaining jobs in the Valley than Senator Hurtado. Every step of the way, she has been focused on making sure she's putting working families back to work in the Valley, whether it's issues of public works projects and or within private enterprise. Number one, she has been focused on making sure that the jobs that are created can sustain a family. Number two, she's been focusing on local apprenticeship programs to make sure that those who are growing up in the Valley can stay in the Valley. And then number three, where she has been very focused, is working with her local governmental entities and making sure that this works for them as well. So I just wanted to stand up today and compliment the good senator from the Valley for all of her work on this and for her keen focus on creating those jobs that are going to be able to rise folks out of poverty.
Thank you, Senator McGuire. Members seeing no further discussion or debate, Senator Hurtado, please close.
Thank you, Madam President. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Archuleta. Aye. Atkins. Bates. Bell. Aye. Borges. Bradford. Aye. Caballero. Aye. Chang. Aye. Daly. Aye. Dodd. Aye. Durazo. Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Gonzalez. Aye. Grove. No. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Wisso. Aye. Hurtado. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Jones. No. Leyva. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Melendez. No. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. No. No. Morell. No. Nielsen. Aye. Aye. Pan. Aye. Portantino. Aye. Roth. Rubio. Aye. Skinner. Aye. Stern. Aye. Umberg. Aye. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wiener. Aye. Wilk. Aye.
Senator moves the call. Members, we're moving to file item 44, Senator Durazo. Madam Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill